good evening. Welcome you all on this uh, Friday evening, Friday 5 p.m. show. Today is our 25th session, and we thank you all for joining again every Friday 5 p.m. So बस आप ऐसे ही जुड़े रहिए हम सब लोगों के साथ एवरी फ्राइडे 5 p.m. हम ऐसे ही कोई एक्सपर्ट को आपके साथ लाएंगे आपके सामने लाएंगे और उनका एक्सपीरियंस आपके साथ शेयर करेंगे सो थैंक यू वंस अगेन एंड वेलकम यू all once again. Yes, yes, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining. Bio, Biobasha, yes, Aditya, thank you. Good evening, yes, Abhishek, Manojji, good evening. Yes, so type in hi, good evening. Yes, good evening, Saurabhji, Tapanji, good evening. Yes, so type in hi, type in with her. Yes, if you can hear us clearly, do subscribe our YouTube channel, Vipul the Wonderful, and press the bell icon to get our regular updates. And also, uh, do comment us, do follow us on LinkedIn, do follow us on Facebook. Wherever you are watching, do follow us. Yes. So let us welcome today's our guest. Let us invite our today's guest.
Hi,
Yes, sir. Good evening. Good evening, Saikat ji. Welcome. Welcome on this Expert Talk live show. Thank you for joining in.
very good evening, Vipul bhai, and to
And
all
thank
my
you.
audience. Firstly, my wish to all of you for a quick recovery from this pandemic situation and coming back to the normal life. So, with that, I would like
Yeah,
to
being
start.
from the pharma industry, you would have seen it very closely.
Yes,
I can feel that. Yeah. So thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation and joining in. And we are very much thankful to you. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. We can see a huge response from your fan followings. I can see a lot of your, friends and followers are online and they are typing in with good evening, Prasanjit Singh, Kamal Mishra, Vishwajit Datta, Zakir Hussain, Gayatri ji, Krishna. A lot of your fan following there today, sir. Thank you so much.
all
And
of them are my
so,
colleagues. So, thanks for
yes,
joining. It's my honor, and
yeah,
thanks for the
yeah,
invitation, Vipul bhai.
yes. So, as you know, today's topic is career and growth opportunities in pharma sales and marketing. People know about pharma industry very much, but people लोगों को pharma marketing और sales मतलब MR की जॉब वही एक limited नजरिया रहता है. So today, with your knowledge, with your experience, we will get to know in more detail ki what pharma industry is, what is pharma marketing, what is pharma sales, how anyone can venture into this industry, or how anyone can be successful in pharma. You know, we will get more about you for this.
Certainly. So, firstly, as rightly pointed out by you, I would like to share one of my real life example, not a story. One of my
Yes,
relatives
sir.
who has died last year, unfortunately, a very close uncle of mine, extremely literate, a real well-wisher of
Yes,
mine,
sir.
and he was introducing me to another relative in a marriage function. So meet Saikat. He is medical representative zonal manager. Those days I was zonal sales manager and he was introducing me as medical representative zonal manager. So as rightly pointed out by you, everyone thinks in pharmaceutical industry the job means it is medical representative because those well-dressed guys are visible well in the market, even including me. That's what is my origin. And absolutely, but there's a lot more overt medical representative job in pharma industry. and those are equally
Very.
important. So today, basically, if I see what are the career opportunities in pharma industry, of course, medical representative is one of the most visible entity within that, and obviously because they don't work inside the factory premise, they are very much visible in the market, and they are a subject of wonder and extreme curiosity for most of the patients sitting in the clinics. कि इसके बैग में होता
Right.
क्या है, what are the things in their bag. So naturally medical representatives draws lots of attention, including the attention of beautiful girls. So most of the medical representative will have fantastic wives as well. So joke apart, so apart from medical representative, there are many career options, but before I move into those areas, I would like to
Yes, sir. Sorry
mention.
to interrupt you, sir. Before you move forward, let me welcome you once again, and let me give a brief intro about Saikat sir. He is a very humble and nice gentleman. I know he would not like कि मैं उनके बारे में कुछ इंट्रोडक्शन दूं. सो उन्होंने टॉपिक के ऊपर स्टार्ट कर दिया. दैट इज सो नाइस ऑफ यू सर. आई नो मैंने उनको दो तीन बार उनसे इंट्रोडक्शन मांगा, बट ही वाज लाइक कि विपुल जी लोग जानते हैं. आपने आपने मेरे पोस्टर में जो सेशन के इंट्रो में तो लिख दिया है, दैट इज मोर देन इनफ. बाकी ज्यादा इंट्रोडक्शन की जरूरत नहीं है. बट सर, लेट मी गिव अ ब्रीफ इंट्रो अबाउट यू, and then we'll start the questions. So,
Sure.
yeah, Saikat Mukhopadhyay, a journey from MR to CEO, and then after a serial entrepreneur, providing various pharma marketing and sales related services to eminent pharma companies. Uh, a, a postgraduate in digital marketing strategies from MIT, professional curricle in digital strategy, Watson Online, ECP from IIM Kasipur, MPBA from IIBM, and a Google certified analytics professional with multiple international professionals. And he is currently heading three companies as a founder and MD, and a very nice gentleman who has roamed across India and across the globe. And one of the, you can say, are having very strong fundamentals in pharma industry. So, sir, please continue with the first question of the session. That what are the different career opportunities in pharma industry, sir? Please.
Okay, so now I can speak on that because the question is so much exciting even to me, even at this age and with my experience, it's very tough to keep quiet or keep mum on this. So I would say, as I was saying, there are multiple career opportunities in pharmaceutical industry. Of course, pharmaceutical marketing and sales is one of the most visible out of them. Now, I would say this job of medical representatives, the most visible entity in pharma industry, I would not call this as a job. This is the gateway to a great career option where, like me, like many other eminent pharma professional, the icons of Indian pharmaceutical industry, they started their career as a medical representative and gradually moved to the level of CEO, managing director, chairman for India as well as global or at least Asian operation. There are many, and I am very, very lucky and fortunate to work with some of them very closely under their mentorship, learned a lot from them. So, medical representative, even to me, is a fantastic gateway to pharmaceutical industry. Apart from medical representative, which largely or broadly depict a career in pharmaceutical sales and marketing, there are multiple options, especially for guys who are technically qualified, like Bachelor of Pharmacy, Master in Pharmacy, maybe dietitians, then biochemistry people, the Master of Biochemistry or Microbiology. These people, they can certainly aim for R&D as well as R&D or manufacturing related jobs, PMT also. But apart from the technical domain, like say R&D or manufacturing, even for product management, I think having medical representative experience will be very much important. Guys who are doing MBAs in operation from moderate to high level business school, they also can think about career in distribution, logistic management in pharma, in supply chain management, which itself is another very big um, domain, I would say, within pharma industry. And of course, the new or evolving domain in pharma industry is digital marketing or digitalization of pharmaceutical products and marketing aspect. That's another great avenue. Coming to the marketing and sales, coming back to marketing and sales, because that has a great chain. So a medical representative can grow up to the level of area business manager, regional manager, zonal manager, national sales manager, general manager, vice president, so on and so forth. But apart from this direct career line, they also can take up career in training in pharmaceutical organizations. They can take up career in managing the distribution network in pharmaceutical organization. They can move into marketing as product executive or product manager depending on their experience, and that also they can take up. And with India more visible in the global economy now, another great emerging scope is operating as a country manager in smaller country or bigger country, or heading the operation in other continents. That's another great option. And all these things can happen even if you start your career as a medical representative. Coming to R&D and technical part of it, the manufacturing, India is slowly emerging as the manufacturing hub in the world. And I think with this COVID, India would emerge stronger as a manufacturing hub and as an alternate to Chinese medicine or raw material. So I think even in R&D, even in manufacturing, career opportunities would be tremendous, because with the increased focus on quality control, with the increased focus on building pharma cities within the country, like in Hyderabad, Telangana, and of course Gujarat, Maharashtra, already they are dominating that. I think tremendous opportunities are coming up even for the R&D and manufacturing professionals. Of course, when the companies are growing, the industry is growing, the opportunity for the logistic, distribution management, all will go up. And of course, now treatments are emerging as patient-centric treatment. So guys who are doing marketing with digital entanglement into that, digital marketing practices of pharma product or digitalization of pharmaceutical product, they can certainly envisage a great career ahead.
Yes, sir. So, very well detailed answer to what are the different career opportunities in pharma, and many of things even I came to know today. So, thank you for this detailed answer. And in fact, लोगों को काफी कुछ इससे सीखने को मिलेगा. Now, moving on, I would like to request the audience that even you can answer, you can have your live questions. We will try to cover them during the live session. सो अगर आप लोगों को कुछ क्वेश्चंस हो, कुछ भी आपकी क्वेरी हो, तो डेफिनेटली आप रेज कर सकते हैं. वी विल ट्राई टू कवर देम. इफ अगर वो आज के सब्जेक्ट के हिसाब से अगर रिलेवेंट है, तो वी विल डेफिनेटली कवर देम ड्यूरिंग द लाइव सेशन. सो मूविंग ऑन विद द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, सर, what are the essential qualities required to grow in pharma career?
Okay, nice question. Of course, pharmaceutical, I would say, is not a great career option if you don't grow in this. Pharmaceutical career always will have a humble entry in comparison to IT. It's not so zaggy like IT and other industry where lots of HR interventions are there to make it more flashy and more attractive to the candidates. But going forward, pharma can pay you much better dividend in terms of your learning, in terms of your sustainability, in terms of your uh, uh, growth in the career. So if I look back into marketing management basics, for growing in pharma industry, we need to depend on the iconic four P's of marketing theory. That is, firstly, we need to know our product. What are the products? What should be the pricing? Like globally, one management concept is very popular now. That is optimized price or price optimization that works on a typical matrix uh, of statistics. But basically, as a marketeer, as a pharma entrepreneur, as a pharma manufacturer, as a pharma R&D guy, everybody must know what are the products they are going to market. So accordingly, they need to plan the manufacturing. They need to optimize the cost, because suppose let me take example of paracetamol. I know I have to market paracetamol, but the way my R&D is manufacturing it, that would cost much higher than paracetamol available in the market. That will not be sustainable, right? So pricing, it is not only for marketing guys, even any management guy, any departmental head, it is very important to know what are the products, what are the price. Then what are the places to market it? Are we aiming to market these products in the metros and top state capitals of the country, or we are planning to hit the rural, the bottom of pyramid of the country? We have a vast bottom of pyramid market in the country. So knowing the place also is very important. And of course the promotion. If I come to pharma marketing sales especially, or that goes up to the level of CEOs even, how do I promote my product? So these four things anybody must know. These are the must know factor for anyone who wants to grow in the industry. But even before these four P's, my advice or my perception on this is, we have three more P's. One is P for planning. Plan your career. What you want to achieve, when you want to achieve, and how you want to achieve. Secondly, perseverance. Because the any sector for the matter, growth is not so easy. It's not a ready plate of sweet or dhokla in front of you that take you take it, right? You need to fight with other capable individual. You need to fight with the odds. So you need to plan how you are going to do this. And then perseverance is another great quality. Can you actually stick on to this? Can you really work for that? That is very, very important. And then progressive thinking. Like intentionally in my introduction, I have not given my basic graduation, that is in physics from Calcutta University. But all these other degrees and diplomas and postgraduates I have acquired while working in this industry. Because in today's world, after digitalization, if you really don't change every second, you are not going to exist in the industry. And if you want to progress in this industry, if you want to grow from level 1 to level 2, level 2 to level 3, and so on and so forth, then it has to be even more intense. It is not about getting a degree or diploma, it is about application of the knowledge, which would be very, very important. So those seven P's will be my advice. Essential qualities for growth in the market, in pharmaceutical industry: knowing your product, knowing the pricing technique, knowing the promotion, knowing the place where you are going to market it. This is very important. Be it marketing guy, be it R&D or manufacturing guys. And into your personal quality, if I deep dive, certainly you need to plan your career. You need to have the perseverance to achieve it, and you need to have the progressive thinking to accrue or add required in a skill set into you, because the career is a long journey. It's not about few months or few weeks career. It's a long journey, and you need to continuously add on new skills. So that would be my advice to all my guys or all my friends that are attending this session.
Very rightly said, 7 P's are required to, very essential to grow in the pharma career. So, few of the audiences are, asking questions, so we will cover them one by one,
Yeah,
if you allow.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, first question is by Rama Narayana. Please explain the scope of pharma marketing strategist role. Is it advisable to go or as a consultant? So, what do you suggest? Pharma marketing strategist should start work as a consultant or should go for a job?
He pharma marketing consultant, marketing strategist should start as a medical representative. That would be my answer. Why? Let me explain. Don't get disheartened on me. I know eminent personalities of this industry, those who have headed largest organization in the country and globally also some of the largest organization. They also have M.Pharm to their qualification and double MBA from A plus plus Business Institute. When they wanted to make their career from R&D to marketing and they wanted to become an eminent marketeer, that time his MD advised him, okay, okay, you go out with the bag of a medical representative, work there for 6 months as a medical representative, understand the market, and then join the product management team. So, strategist would be a later stage of the product or marketing management. That's how I feel. Directly from business school, also you can join from IIMs and all. But even then, ground level exposure is very, very important to understand the nitty gritties of this industry. That is the reason more than any other industry in pharma, you will see non-MBA CEOs, non-MBA vice presidents, non-MBA general managers are much higher in number in this industry. I completely appreciate your career goal of marketing strategist. Know the market. I think product management could be a easier ladder to reach your destination than sales ladder. So product management career, you can move up to the strategist. Consultant, it depends. Initially, you need to work as a portfolio holder, job holder. I think that would be a better option because I'm not very sure without adequate experience and name in the industry, if you start as a consultant, how many orders you will get to sustain. So my advice would be work in PMT, move into your strategy team in some organization, understand that, and then you can start as a consultant.
Very rightly said, from this answer is by the experience. I can say this. Your experience speaks in this answer. So very rightly said. The next question is by uh, हनी राय. uh, ये पूछ रहा है कि advantages of pharma segments. So if you can give an insight on this question.
Question is not very clear to me.
Very clear, yeah.
Advantages of pharma segment. So if it is pharma vis-a-vis other sector, say
Right.
IT and all other sector, if I have decoded the question correctly, I would say pharma, as I said, pharma is not a very jazzy, lucrative, flashy kind of industry. Here, HR doesn't organize weekend parties and all very often, right? But what pharma can give you a
Right.
slow and sustainable growth. Maybe a little better learning opportunity, maybe little better ethics, and maybe a huge growth opportunity in comparison to most other industry. Maybe apart from logistic, because logistic also is emerging very fast now. And secondly, pharma industry opens up doorway to many other industry as well. Like in early 2000, we all were facing huge threat from banking and insurance sector, lots of pharmaceutical guys were moving to banking and insurance sector, including many of my team members also moved. But within 2 3 years or even sooner, they came back. Say, no, no, no. We like pharmaceutical industry because sustaining in those industry may not be as flashy. It looks from outside. A nice building to work with, lots of cross gender work culture as a motivation thrown. So those are fine. On the other hand, if you look into a typical pharma manufacturing or marketing guy, the manufacturing guy go into the factory wearing those jackets, mask and all. So mask is not a new entity for them at least, or the aprons. So they go, they do the manufacturing like a robot, and then they come out. After some time, they grow, they go to a quality control, quality assurance kind of department, or a MR who is completely working during the day under the scorching sun or the rain, especially rain of Mumbai and heavy rain zone of the country, they can certainly understand. And sometimes even I used to feel frustrated, okay, boss, this is too much, this is not the career. But after some years, we realize this is probably can give you a much long-standing career with a huge learning and growth opportunity.
True. Very, very rightly said. So, Mr. Mukesh is asking one question. Sir, can safe OTC platform pharma job again? I think question is not rightly framed, but if you can reframe it and answer it, sir.
Can can you
Can
repeat the question?
sir, can safe OTC platform in pharma job? मतलब ही इज आस्किंग दैट फार्मा जॉब में सेफ ओटीसी प्लेटफॉर्म जैसा कुछ होता है इफ आई
मेरे ख्याल से what he is trying to understand the safety in OTC jobs, OTC
राइट
pharma kind of jobs. So if I have
या
read your question correctly, if I could interpret your question correctly, my answer would be there is no industry in the world which assures you job safety.
जॉब सेफ्टी यू आर राइटली सेड या
Best job safety can be assured by you. If you are a performer, your organization is bound to value you. Second, if your organization or your boss is not valuing you, then the whole industry is open. Industry is certainly eyeing on for the right talent. And I'm sure Vipul bhai would agree with me how many times I used to call when I used to directly handle operations and all. के विपुल भाई ये जल्दी दे दो इसका ये रीजनल मैनेजर चाहिए ये एरिया मैनेजर चाहिए ये वाइस प्रेसिडेंट चाहिए बहुत सारा
ट्रू
बहुत ही रेगुलर इंटरेक्शन होता था है ना.
ट्रू
So
ट्रू
I
दैट सर
think the safety of job, whether it is pharma or OTC, platform based or non-platform based, you have to ensure your safety through effective utilization of the promo strategy and generating the result for which you are hired. Anybody, not only sales, R&D वाले को भी तो R&D करके देना होता है ना, या तो नया प्रोडक्ट, otherwise new formulation they need to keep. So if you look into my career, it is not the organization or my bosses who actually assured my job safety. I had to perform to ensure that I am in the job. Even as an entrepreneur, I am telling you, my board will not spare if I don't perform. Right?
वेरी
So
राइटली सेड सो यू नीड टू बी ऑलवेज ऑन योर टोज आपको अपने सक्सेस इज नॉट मेंटेनिंग योर रिजल्ट्स इट्स बीटिंग योर रिजल्ट्स मतलब आपको अपने रिजल्ट्स को अपने माइलस्टोन्स को सरपास करते रहना पड़ेगा राइट सर
it
सो
is Sergei Bubka.
या
Sergei Bubka is the renowned pole vault athlete who used to break his own record time and again. So there was no contender for him. He was his only competitor at his time. So every time he used to improve his record. So, and that's exactly how I believe a professional should think. The moment a MR is getting elevated as an area manager, on that very moment, he should start thinking about the next position. Okay, today I have become an area business manager. When I become the regional business manager, a R&D guy should think, "Okay, ठीक है, I am now doing analytics on the chromatography. Can I become the R&D in charge? Can I specialize on a particular set of product?"
Very rightly said, sir. So we have got a lot of questions from the audience, so we will cover them definitely in the next phase. We're now moving on with our set of questions. So, sir, please give us insight on what are the career opportunities for fresh graduates in pharma industry. So, what are the avenues and what are the opportunities for them?
One of my very favorite topic, even when I discuss with my team members, many people say, "Oh, no, no, I need only experience." My humble question to them is, do you have a single pharma or any professional who came with some experience? Everybody started as a fresher, right? Be it me, be it Vipul Bhai, be it the topmost vice presidents and CEOs of pharma industry, वो तो कभी तो मतलब they were also fresher. So I believe fresh graduate, they must have great opportunities within the pharma industry, and every company should encourage at least a certain percentage they must take as fresh graduates. Having said that, for a better orientation to this industry, there are many institutions who develops professional skills, maybe in sales and marketing, maybe in quality control, maybe in running a particular machinery or analytics. Those kind of orientation program plus a graduation degree would be great. Another segment largely misses out on the pharma sector, though they don't get great jobs or high paying jobs, but I think they can be a real asset to the pharma marketing and sales, that is dietitians or nutritionists. Their communications are much better, their technical knowledge is much better. Only thing, if they also start taking up pharmaceutical marketing and sales as a job opportunity, I think they can really do great.
Wow, very rightly said. Everybody has to need to start the career. So, uh, moving on with the next questions, what are the pros and cons of pharma career? Any career has some pros and some cons. So, being in the industry, you are one of the one of the leader in the pharma industry. So, being according to you, what are the pros and cons of pharma career?
uh, Pharma is a lucrative career, as I already said in most of my answers. So let me start with the positives. So the biggest positive of pharma industry is you can continue to grow here. Suppose a normal science graduate or even a normal graduate from arts or commerce stream, they can move up to the level of CEO, MD. That itself is the biggest motivation, I believe. Apart from pharma, at least to the best of my knowledge, I don't know any industry where a normal graduate can grow up to the level of CEO or MD. And I am sure this is a great opportunity for many of my friends who are listening to this session or otherwise also. Many of you may not have the right opportunity to pursue a MBA from a premium B school or higher education. After graduation, you are forced to take up a job. But that is not the end of your career. If you are coming to pharma, you can grow up to the level of CEO, MD. Secondly, with every promotion you are getting, you are adding little more prestige to your family. So your parents, your wife, your kids would be very proud to say, okay, my father is now a manager. My father is now a vice president. My father is now leading this particular brand. It is his brand. ABC brand, whatever is the brand. Say I can say Niji Healthcare. My daughter or my wife can proudly say, or my mother can proudly say, In EG Healthcare, it is the baby of this guy and his colleagues. Of course, I am not alone. So I am nothing but with the, I am nothing without my team. So whatever I say, it is the cumulative voice of my team members. So Niji Healthcare is our baby that we can certainly claim. So that prestige is very important, and that comes as a part of the growth which is offered by pharmaceutical industry faster than any other industry. Secondly, pharma marketing, to the best of my knowledge, is not about giving money and selling the product. Ideally, it is science-based promotion. So in the event, in the process of selling, you also get lots of knowledge. Third, it is not about selling a detergent or soap that I can claim anything and everything and try to sell my product. No. So it is evidence based selling. So somewhere inside your mind, the idea of ethics, value system, those things starts getting embedded, and that is again a contribution of pharmaceutical industry if you are working with the right organization, right kind of organization. But as a marketeer, as a pharma professional, always try to follow the ethics. Fourth, IT changes. Many of you have seen landline phone, then mobile, then smartphone. You never know what is coming next. Many of you have seen gramophone, then record player, then CD player, then DVD player, then Blu-ray player, and now practically all those players are invisible because your mobile can do everything possible, and you don't know what after mobile. But to the best of my understanding, at least for next 20 to 30 years, people would continue to take medicine. It would be a requirement. Why I am saying 20 to 30 years? Because most of the people will say it's a greenfield industry, it will never die. But the way genetics is improving, that actually may translate or transform the scope of pharmaceutical industry or personalized medicine. I'm not going into these a little hype on the topic, but basically at least people would continue to take medicine at least for 30 to 50 years. So you can be rest assured, if you are developing yourself, if you are a performing asset of the industry, certainly you can grow within the industry, your job safety would be better.
Very.
Now,
Yes,
sorry.
sir. Yes, yes.
Then, if you are working in a CSO kind of organization, like we handle projects of different renowned pharmaceutical company, I always used to wait for a new project. You know why? It is not for some money. It is for the exposure. Every project means exposure to a new set of product, exposure to a new set of training, exposure to a new set of skill. So that itself is a great opportunity for all of us. Coming to the con side of it, the industry which has given me this blazer, which has given me so many ties, I cannot say there is negativity. Yes, what I feel MR should have, especially MR, a better quality of working. That could be one of the things. Like we see in US and other developed country, their doctor calls are made with a proper appointment. So doctors also don't refuse that appointment, and MR also don't bother them too much. But however, those are regulated market. Even in India, those kind of situation can come. So working hour is a drawback, but that makes you robust. That makes you tougher to survive the industry pressure. Then in cons, I think, to be very honest, pharma is not as high paying as many other industry. Payment can go up, but that is not a possibility till price control is there. Because if the companies are not making money, from where they do pay you. So that is another aspect of it. Otherwise, pharma, to the best of my knowledge, it's a great career, learning, and earning opportunity.
Yes, sir. So, Very well said. Pros and cons of the pharma career. So, like now we will cover one or two questions from our live audience. So, Mr. Rajamani is asking very interesting question. What is the scope in international marketing in pharma industry, particularly, sir?
India is already a hub for pharma manufacturing, and Indian products quality is now well regarded across the globe. You can understand from the number of Indian companies operating in Europe or US like first world countries, and the number of US approval we are having even within India. So this is a great opportunity, and once we have a strong manufacturing and production hub, obviously the opportunity of exporting those products to developing countries, maybe countries in Africa, maybe some of the Asian countries, even some of the European and South American countries, for sure we will have a great chance. Another opportunity India is having, with so much of natural resources and growing organic farming, structured dairy, India also will emerge as a hub for nutraceuticals. Nutraceutical, if you currently look into, it is Japan, Holland, Denmark, and Australia plus New Zealand. These are the five hubs. But India, with its huge manufacturing ability, it will certainly emerge as a great nutraceutical hub as well. So again, nutraceutical also will be exported to different countries. And since India is so vast, a regional manager in Indian state can jolly well handle a country or a set of country in Europe and African market. So many in my team also there are many team members who work here as a regional manager or area manager in our different projects, but they have work experience as a country manager in African or Far East countries. So it will continue to increase. Bipul bhai, I could not hear you, but I can read the question.
Yeah, sorry. So he is asking this question: what is more important, knowledge or imaginations? I know this question is not relevant to today's topic, but still, your experience will help Mr. Bapi in this. If you can.
It's a I appreciate this question. I very I'm thrilled to see this question actually. This is like chicken and egg story. People, why don't get upset? I am giving you non-veg example. I know you are pure
No
vegetarian, but
problem, sir.
this is a
It's all
difficult.
about imaginations. I'll control my
Yeah,
imaginations.
yeah. So thank you. So chicken and egg story. This is. Suppose if I imagine I need to start a sustainable organic farming business or a sustainable business which can create a social change, which can actually drive social change, then that is my imagination. And then what would be my next step? I need to get knowledge about organic farming, about sustainable social changes, and I also need to get knowledgeable people in that domain to implement the project correctly. So, imagination and knowledge will go hand in hand, and both are equally important. But if I need to compare between imagination and knowledge, which is more important, I would say certainly knowledge will be more important because I can imagine many things. I can spend money for that. But if I don't have the knowledge to execute or implement those things, then I would not be maybe the plan will not be successful. So if I need to have a successful implementation of my imagination, Imagination is important, but knowledge is slightly more important, I would say.
Very rightly said. So, Mr. Uh, this person is asking a very interesting question. I'm sure there are many of the MRs would love to know the answer of this question. That I have doubt regarding medical representative salary, which has never crossed about 20K per month compared to IT jobs. Sorry for comparing medical job to IT, but why? Because not none of the banks are not giving loan. So I know your frustration, whoever is asking this question. But sir, in nutshell, to reframe this question, what you have to say about the salary structures of MR and the growth? I'll say growth for a pharma sales guy. So what is your say on this?
That's what I said. Um I firstly take this question with the right spirit, but the thing is, if you compare the qualification of a IT guy and a medical representative, that also will not match. This is one. Most of the IT guys will be an engineer. Most of the medical representative would be a non-technical or non-professional general graduate as on date. This is one. Secondly, IT production to sell ratio. So suppose if I am building a app or a software, my cost may be 1 lakh rupee, but I sell it at 1 crore or more. But pharma also manufacturing cost is low, but we have a price control in place, maybe rightly for the benefit of the country. There has to be a price control for medicine, but to what extent, that is the question. So if that is the thing, if company is unable to make adequate revenue, from where they would pay you. Now, so that never means you will end up earning less than a IT guy. Why I will tell you. IT guy promotions are normally not very frequent. But a medical representative, if he is performing well, he can get promotion much faster. Secondly, many companies nowadays pay more than 20,000 rupees to medical representative. Even in fact, in some of our projects also, we pay much higher than 20,000 rupees. So how to get 20,000 rupees or more salary in pharmaceutical industry? You develop your skill so that from a mass market representative, from a representative selling common product, you develop yourself to a specialty medical representative selling cardiovascular product, diabetic product, maybe oncology product, especially oncology, nephrology, those domain if you touch, you can earn salary of 35, 40,000 minimum. There are few companies who are paying 50,000 plus to medical representative in the specialized domain. You can get as medical or sales representative, you can get 1 lakh plus package if you elevate your skill to sell products like pacemaker, products like medical devices. You can earn that much also.
Very rightly said, sir. So, moving on with the next question. So, what are the most lucrative, promising domain within pharma industry?
I think the
So,
last question forced me to answer this. I would say slowly India or the world is moving towards specialized medicine. As on date, personalized medicine is not that affordable, but once it has started, we expect that it also will emerge as a great therapy option for the people who can afford it. So, mass market medicine will continue mostly in the way it is doing today, or maybe with some minor modification. But if you want to have a good career in pharmaceutical industry, like the last guy asked me, how he can earn more, I think you need to elevate your skill to sell more specialized product. So if a mass market medical representative is getting say 18,000 rupees salary or 20,000 rupees salary, a medical representative promoting cardiovascular product or anti-diabetic product will be getting around 25,000 rupees salary. The moment he elevates the skill further to a oncology, renal failure related medicine product, he will start getting 35 to 40K. And then medical device and all would be even higher paying. So to me, adding skill set, knowing the product correctly so that you can cope up with the enhanced need of knowledge for promoting those products would be extremely important. So industry would slowly move towards specialized medicine and mass market and OTC. I would not be surprised if mass market and OTC medicine actually become synonymous going forward, and there would be specialized medicine for oncology, for renal failure cases, for hypertension, for anti-diabetes, and that is where I feel the promising domain would be specialized sector. They would be paying more. There is less of price control. There the calls are more on appointment based calls. So doctor also don't refuse or refuse less. And you also make a better quality call. But you need to really upgrade your skill for coping up with those kind of promotion.
Yes, sir. So, here is a question related to this last answer. Mr. Sandeepan is asking that what would be the ideal step to get prepared for becoming, expert in following two positions you have mentioned right before just now.
So most of the cases, if you see, a good medical representative, I would say a good medical representative or a area manager or regional manager, he will know his product, but he needs to know the other products which are his indirect competitor at least. So if I know atenolol, I also need to know amlodipine, I also need to know ACE inhibitors, I also need to know losartan or the newer derivatives. So what happens as a professional, I build up my knowledge on that domain. Secondly, you need to also have the education, because entry level a graduate is fine for medical representative, but as you want to move up, you need to have some added knowledge, maybe from online universities. There are great online universities for doing management courses or digital marketing, and now everything is online also, so there is no differentiation between online and regular courses. So this is the time you should add up your knowledge. Lockdown, yes, it cost a lot to the mankind, including me. I lost my father during this COVID, due to COVID also. But it also offered huge opportunities for learning, for utilization of that time. Can any one of you remember 2 years you could spend time with your family? I don't think. At least with my 27 years of experience, I think last 2 years maximum time I could spend with my family. And I also tried to add new skills. If you look into my LinkedIn profile, only 50 certificates they allow to be posted. So I have actually more certificates and skills accrued only from LinkedIn apart from other media, which I did during this lockdown phase when everyone was watching movies. Some people were actually adding up skill. I know one of my friend who is with Dabur India in a marketing position. He also did huge number of courses from LinkedIn during this lockdown period. So I think adding qualification and skill also would be very, very important.
So you rightly said every situation is an opportunity if you are taking in the right way. So this was an opportunity for many one. They've taken it in the right way. So moving on with the next question, uh, how you foresee the future of pharma marketing and sales job? And I will also add one question by Shubham Pandey along with this, so you can answer this. I think these are related, so you can answer them simultaneously. He's asking that, sir, should medical representative think separately of sales and marketing? Please brief if yes. So,
Okay,
yeah,
I would
please.
start with my answer to Shubham. Certainly, yes. And you can ask this question, or you have asked this question because you already think about that. Marketing and sales, technically, these two are entirely different skills. It would be or field of management, I would say. It requires different sets of skill. Apparently, okay, marketing and sales mein wo chalta hai, layman's language. But if you want to make a career in marketing, you need to know how to create a market. If you want to make a strong career in sales, both are equally rewarding. You need to know how to implement, or how to implement the strategy, and how to maximize the return from those strategies. So ideally, yes, it has to be considered differently, and it has to be practiced separately also. Even I don't know your current level, but even as a medical representative, I can give my experience. I'll not say example, experience. I used to propose lots of things to my product manager, to my area manager, to my regional manager. Sir, can we do this CME? Can we do that? Can I design the CME invitation card? So lots of additional initiative I used to take, which probably has helped me a lot in terms of designing strategies, creating or launching new businesses for my clients, as well as the new business for us as well. So marketing and sales certainly will be different. You need to practice it. Now, why you need to be little more analytical, and mm, while doing the sales, you need to observe the market, which is the first step of marketing also. Because if you see today, sales job will start with a normal graduate. So many of you could get a job. But I am not very sure about your brother or my brother or cousin, because the way industry would evolve, in many of the regulated market, medical representatives are doctors, at least a B pharmacy graduate. So that is one area where, as we are developing into the specialized segment, many of the companies who operates in the specialized segment would prefer to have a doctor as their sales representative, or a B pharmacy or M pharmacy guy, or at least a dietitian who would understand the technical matter better than a normal graduate. So this may be the future of pharma marketing and sales. So what will happen to the current guys who are current normal graduates and having a good experience in pharma marketing and sales? I think India is the country of Jugaad. Rightly so. It's a great certificate, I would say, because we know how to do thing in more cost effective way. We know how to do thing with the available resources. So as the industry evolves, many guys like me and my colleagues and my clients, they would also train up their guys in a better way, so that they can handle higher level of products. But industry evolution per se, it would certainly move into more specialized product, personalized medicine, genetic based medicine. Those things obviously will come. And don't be surprised if some doctors, some dietitians, some B pharmacy, M pharmacy guys are also medical representative. In fact, if you look into veterinary segment, most of the sales representatives are veterinary doctors. So that itself is an indicator. They are doctors, they promote the product to doctors. So that may be the future even for pharmaceutical industry.
Wow, I think one episode is not enough for your session, sir. We have a lot of questions pending, and I think most of them are covered during the session, and we would definitely try to cover. Let me see what questions were not covered so we can cover them. This
Yeah,
is a unique question. I think Mr. Abhishek Tiwari is asking that, sir, how we can increase our presence and market with CSR, corporate social responsibilities. So,
fantastic question. I think this is another area industry would evolve. We are one of the pioneer in that. We do CSR project. Now we need to understand what is CSR. I was also the project director for a great company, great US company in India for ORS and Zinc campaign. And that is where CSR was practiced. And what we believe that NGO means charity, it is a wrong concept. Forgive me for my statement, but I strongly believe that sustainability and sustainability and charity cannot coexist. Yes, it can coexist for first 2 to 3 years, but if we can inculcate certain habit within the society, then what would happen? That becomes a habit. Anything you pay for, what happens? You value it more. If I give you a Mercedes Benz car also, you may not value it कि ठीक है वो तो मिला था. The issue is when I buy a Mercedes Benz, even if it is a second hand one, I pay for it, I work for it, and then I value it. So similarly, CSR models which are talking about self-sustainability, a rural reach, a bottom-up pyramid model where products are promoted, it is not donated. So access to quality medicine, we can certainly improve in the bottom-up pyramid market. In fact, one of our projects got global award from our renowned multinational client amongst the world's top 5 organization for improving access to quality medicine in rural India. And that is the first step of using a CSR fund for a commercial reason. So we can certainly use CSR fund for commercial reasons. CSR is corporate social responsibility. Any organization having more than 5 crore profitability, they need to spend certain money for social development. And then my point is, why don't we spend that money more effectively for a sustainable social development? And that is certainly a possibility by providing, say, health checkup camp, NARP camp, those kind of thing, or rural medical education. Certainly staying within the framework of the government, not promoting the product which are RX category product to the general people. But we can certainly increase the awareness among the registered medical practitioners and all through this CSR fund. The CSR fund also can be utilized for developing the NGOs who work in the micro interior with enhanced skill set. They can do a better job. We can use the CSR fund for creating softwares or apps which can be utilized for training and development of AAA network, that is ASHA, Anganwadi and ANM network, where regular training can be done through such apps. And I think in every village now in India, you have great mobile connectivity, and most of the people are having at least a moderate smartphone in the family. If not all, everybody in a family is having a smartphone. At least in every family, there is one smartphone. So that is a fantastic platform for the rural reach, and CSR fund we can use in those direction to enhance the capability and to bring sustainable social changes.
very, very well said, sir. We will definitely have to have a second session of you for the uncovered questions, and I'm sure audience have got a lot of knowledge and inspiration from you. So, sir, moving on with one of the last question. Any advice for pharmacy graduates?
Pharmacy graduates, okay. Whenever we used to go to conduct a campus interview in B Pharmacy or M Pharmacy college, the moment we used to say the job is for marketing and sales, we used to see the hall is getting vacated. Most of the people were interested in R&D or manufacturing job. Now you need to understand manufacturing and R&D of course is a different ball game, and that's a separate domain I would consider. But if I compare manufacturing vis-a-vis marketing and sales job, my personal opinion is marketing and sales job will be much more challenging but much more rewarding as well. You will not have monotony. Growth opportunity would be superb. And being a pharmacy graduate, if you are seriously exploring the opportunity of joining the pharma industry as a marketing or sales guy than a manufacturing guy, I think you can have a much better career ahead. Only thing you should be ready for the initial hardship. I told time and again the entry level of MR is not very lucrative, but it's a great option for a very lucrative future ahead. So those 2 3 years you need to consider as a learning, as a paid learning opportunity for your career, and then utilize, capitalize on that and grow in your career. That would be my advice. Um, so pharmacy graduates can take up marketing and sales job more seriously. You can really do much better, especially with specialized therapeutic segments coming up, especially with specialized domains coming up. I think pharmacy graduates would be required by the industry.
Yeah, very rightly said and very great advice for the pharmacy graduates, sir. So, yes, audience, please show your love to Saikat sir. Say him thank you for this wonderful insight and knowledge. This is the time to, yes, type in thank you, type in yes sir, and we want you to have for the second session also with the detailed, more detailed, discussion about the pharma industry, about the uncovered questions to be covered. So thank you so much, sir. Before we say you bye bye, I want to. It's a ritual of our session to have a final words from you. Your guru mantra, your motivation for you. Please let us know which is one, any small story or any quote which inspire you whenever you are down or whenever you need some motivation. So please share that guru mantra final words with us.
Hmm, there are so many things which motivates me, but I think one thing which really will help, that is an appetite to learn and grow. Think about newer skills, think about implementation of those skills, and those needs to be little domain specific, relevant skill for you. Say I may like Bharatnatyam, but at this age, if I start learning Bharatnatyam being a pharma marketeer, that may not be a great value addition to my career. So a relevant skill set you can learn and grow and have that appetite on. That would be my mantra.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Audience is showing so much love. They are thanking you, and I cannot name anyone and everyone. But yes, people are very much thankful to you for this amazing knowledge sharing, for this amazing session. And as I again and again, we would love to have you again for the detailed discussion about pharma opportunities. Even you said in a nutshell, you said very much about CSR. So I think a CSR can also be a one topic you can give a detailed insight about that industry, because that is a huge industry, that is a huge segment. I'll not say industry, but that's a huge segment. So we would definitely would love to have you, sir, again on this platform.
It would be my pleasure as well. And my sincere thanks to the audience for tolerating me and for those wonderful questions. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
all the questions. So thanks a ton for tolerating me on a Friday evening. So wishing all of you a Friday blues. Enjoy the weekend, stay safe, but follow the COVID protocol also. So that would be my request
Very
to all of
rightly
you.
said.
Stay safe.
Yes, thank you, sir. You can connect with Saikat sir on LinkedIn and his Facebook ID, which is showing here. So, do connect with sir on LinkedIn, especially if you have any professional queries or anything you want to, explore with him. So, with that note, Saikat sir, stay safe, stay blessed, and wishing you all the best for your future endeavors. You are doing great job, and I'm sure still, many more to come from you. So thank you so much, sir.
Thanks
Have a
a
great
ton
time,
and
sir.
have a great time. Thanks.
Yeah, you
Bye.
too, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bye.
Yep. Yep. Yes, audience, I'm sure you would have enjoyed it a lot. Today's session was jam-packed sessions. Audience has asked a lot of questions. There were a lot of accolades from the audience, and I can see still thank yous and appreciations are flowing in. So yes, we would be coming in with this kind of experts every Friday 5 p.m. and our only motto is to guide you, to inspire you, to motivate you, to answer your unanswered questions. We want to answer your unanswered questions. तो ऐसे ही हम ये प्रयास करते रहेंगे और ऐसे ही लोग दिस इज आवर 25th सेशन एंड ऐसे ही लोग जुड़ते गए और कारवा बनता गया एंड बस वही एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि बस show your love, be with us, share this session. Yes, there, a few of the audience have joined and they've asked the same question जो already beginning session के beginning में cover हो गया था. So we have not covered it because it was already covered. So you can go on our channel Vipul the Wonderful and see the entire session once again, and you will get the answer of your question. You can share the recordings of this session as well as the 24 other sessions जो इससे पहले हुए हैं. वो सारे सेशंस आप देख सकते हैं अपने नेटवर्क में, अपने फ्रेंड्स कलीग्स, अपने जूनियर्स, अपने ब्रदर्स सिस्टर्स जो भी एस्पायरिंग, जिन दोज हु आर एस्पायरिंग देयर करियर, तो आप उनको शेयर कर सकते हैं. यू नेवर नो किसको क्या हेल्प कर जाएगा, किसको क्या unanswered question का आंसर मिल जाएगा. तो डू शेयर our session, do share our YouTube channel Vipul the Wonderful in your network with your friends and family, and do tune in every Friday 5 p.m. This session is powered by Post Resume HR Consultancy. Visit our website postresume.co.in. We are into recruitment consultancy services since 2007. So since last 14 years, we are providing recruitment services across India, Africa, and Gulf. And majorly, we are working into engineering, pharma, and IT industry. So do reach out to us if you are looking for any career guidance. Do reach out to us if you are looking for talent solution for your organization. With that note, thank you once again. Do take care of yourself, stay blessed, and stay healthy. Thank you so much. Bye bye.